Hello everyone, welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Friday, January 7th, 2022. Hopefully everyone has had a great day and a great week and ready for the weekend. I am Andrew Ballant. I am filling in for Jeremy today as he's out on assignment other places. And so we'll have a good show as best we can here with me, your backup man, and let's get into it. Today we do have some good guests today. We have Thad Schumacher from Fitchburg Family Pharmacy coming in for a digest today and talking with Jeremy about kind of the local update here of COVID-19 and everything going on at Family Pharmacy as well, and their efforts here with COVID-19 and vaccinations and testing and everything else. So we'll talk with him. And also I'll be sitting down with the Fitchburg Public Library in the guest segment and getting an update for what 2022 January looks like at the library. So exciting to get them in, and we'll be sitting down with them in a little bit. But to start, we do have a few stories for you, and we're going to start with the Fitchburg Public Library. We have virtual story time coming up on the 10th of January. Starting at 9, you'll be able to go to the Facebook page of the library and watch an interactive story time and be able to see stories, songs, and more with Miss Kristen. This is posted Monday mornings at 9 a.m. So be ready to get that. Also, we have at the Senior Center coming this year, we did get an update from Jill on this, and that is the Aarp Tax Help. So tax help is planned. However, they do need you will need to visit the Senior Center 3 times to complete your taxes. This is just one of the criteria that will be different again this year. So please call 608-270-4290 for further details. But please do not call until January 12th, as dates will not be set until then. So make sure you wait till next week after the 12th, and then be able to give a call down to the Senior Center and get scheduled in to get this tax help, as it is a crucial part, in my opinion, of and a great service that the Senior Center has here to help out those that need some help with their taxes and can't necessarily get out of the house too easily or get around, and it comes right here to the Senior Center and can help you out. So that is great. Also at the Senior Center we have transportation services and kind of everything they offer here at the Senior Center. So meals, a $1 trip, transportation provided to and from the Senior Center by Transit Solutions. Call the Senior Center at 608-270-4290 to schedule a ride. Please indicate if wheelchair lift is needed. They also have shopping, which is a $3 round trip, provided by Transit Solutions for general and grocery shopping on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Must indicate wheelchair upon sign up, and check calendar for trip destinations to figure out where they go. So go to their newsletter and calendar on the Fitchburg WI website and go to the Senior Center and find that calendar there. Also, you have medical appointments, RSVP, driver escort services. The driver services program remains open. However, due to the very limited number of returning drivers, ride requests are being taken on a limited basis. So please note, you do require a notice of at least 5 business days for a ride request in order to find an available driver. If you are brand new to the program, time will be needed to get you registered, so please allow for that time. So RSVP will be getting in contact with you, both current and new passengers, regarding updated vaccine policies. Also, proof of COVID vaccination will be required. If you have any questions, you can call Susie at the Senior Center, 608-270-4290. And of course, they have shuttle service as well. This service is used for medical ride transport or medical ride requests that require wheelchair transport. Requested donation of $10 round trip. Again, call 270-4298 or 90. 3 business days in advance to schedule a ride. Subsidy for this transportation is provided by the Fitchburg Senior Center Friends. So that's all the transportation options you have here at the Fitchburg Senior Center, which is pretty good. Also, we have some salt-wise information here for you. And you can see this lovely graph here. Salt pollution is not only harming our fresh waters, but increasing salt prices are harming our taxpayer pockets. The Department of Transportation is committed to reduce salt usage and save taxpayers dollars as well. So you can see here as that price has increased quite substantially from 2000, looks like 3 at the beginning there of this chart, and it's doubled. So it's not a joke here, and salt is definitely trying to be used less and less for your roads and safety out there, and trying to come up with alternatives. As salt is not good for our water streams and everything else out there, so trying to keep that under wraps. This is good to hear here in Dane County. Also, there is a forgetfulness. See what's typical and what's not. So here, many older adults worry about memory loss and thinking abilities as they age. Learn some of the differences between normal and age-related forgetfulness and the serious memory problem like Alzheimer's disease. So normal aging, forgetting which day it is and remembering later, and Alzheimer's is losing track of the date or time of year altogether. Just it's not there. So if you have any questions or any other information you'd like, you can go there at the website on the screen, www.nia.naih.gov. That's the National Institution on Aging, is who's putting this out. All right, that's going to do it for me here in the headlines for today. Coming up next, Jeremy will sit down with Thad Schumacher from the Fitchburg Family Pharmacy and get an update on our local area here of COVID-19. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today from Fitchburg Family Pharmacy, our pharmacists, and so much more. It's Thad Schumacher. Thad, welcome back to the show. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you doing, Jeremy? Thanks for having me today.
I am doing well, and I'm very thankful that you're here. I know you are super busy, and again, I cannot praise you enough for everything you and your staff have done. I had my booster shot at your place, and your staff were amazing. And I've had a test there as well. And I said, you guys are kicking butt and taking names there. So thank you for what you're doing day in and day out. First off, Thad.
Well, thanks for the kudos. And again, I don't want to stress, you can't stress this enough, that it's the team of people I have working for me. While I do get out there and in the snow and test and give vaccine, I'm certainly not doing the majority of what we accomplish on a daily basis. So hats off to them. I want to give a shout out to the city of Fitchburg and the Fitchburg Police Department. I know last week when testing went crazy, we had lines backed up onto Fish Hatchery Road, and I wasn't available to assist very much, but the police and city worked with the team that we have here at the store to rearrange traffic and create a new plan, which has made the testing line or queue longer, which I guess is good because that means more people will be tested. But the most important part is it cut it off the highway, which was the whole point of it. So if people come for a test, they're going to notice some different signage. They're going to notice that we take the line goes all the way around GHC and the park that's there right behind Cahill, Maine. So get in line and be patient. It is quite a long wait. We've heard times as long as 2.5 hours. And we do have started cutting the line off at 5 o'clock, even though we test till 5:30. But when we cut the line off at 5 o'clock, it ends up that we end up stop testing about 7 p.m. So
wow. Yeah, that's a lot. And yeah, the information is out there on social media as far as where to come in for testing. So certainly if you want to check that out there, you can do that. Thad, from your standpoint, kind of just looking at where we are today, last time I talked to you, we weren't even talking Omicron. We were talking about flu shots and a booster shot for a certain amount. Things have changed quite a bit since then, but what, from your standpoint, from the pharmacy and what you're hearing out there, where do you think we are in the realm of COVID-19 in Fitchburg and the surrounding area?
Sure. Well, we have a lot of positive cases. I'm sure you've read in the news that positive cases are up, hospitalizations are up, death rates up. And so we're still under siege from COVID. I think the important thing with Omicron is to note that it seems like it is more infectious, meaning that it's easier to transmit from one person to another. That's why masks are very important, that we wear them when we're around other people, that we limit the amount of people that we come into contact with without masks. And we test ourselves regularly to make sure that we're not transmitting positive to anyone else. That being said, even though it's infectious and it's easy to transmit, it doesn't seem to be as deadly, say as Delta variant or original COVID. That doesn't mean that it isn't killing people. Unfortunately, there are people who are autoimmune deficient or in other circumstances that are at high risk. And so if you come into contact with one of those people, even if they're vaccinated, with COVID, there's a chance that they could not make it. And so that's why I think it's important that we continue to test, continue to wear masks. And if you haven't been vaccinated yet or boosted yet, get that done.
And that's where my next question goes to, as far as where we're at for getting the booster shot. What is being offered at your pharmacy in Dane County as far as where we're at today with getting the different shots?
Sure. So I'm not sure on the statistics as to who has been boosted, but I know that we're giving booster and second dose regimens, first dose regimens to people on a daily basis. We vaccinate probably about 70 people a day through our curbside service. And our appointment calendars are full all the way through the end of next week. And so that means there's people getting boosted, which is great. I gave 4 or 5 individuals yesterday their first COVID vaccine. And so, I congratulate them for, stepping up to the plate and thinking of everybody else when they do that. And then we're right on the cusp of having the 12 through 15-year-olds being eligible to get boosters at 5 months from their second COVID shot. So that could be any day. I know the FDA came out on Monday and I thought they approved it. I think the CDC is meeting this afternoon. And then once the CDC decides, here in Wisconsin, we'll wait for the Wisconsin Department of Health Services to come up with their plan. And usually they follow right behind the CDC. So I'd say by the end of the week for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And as far as understanding for boosting, we did talk a little bit about this last time, but just for clarification, when it comes to the booster shots for the people eligible, can they get, so if they got Pfizer the first time, can they get, Moderna or some other choice when they come in through for their booster?
They certainly can. If you've had 2 shots, and even if you've had 1 shot of Johnson & Johnson, when you come to get boosted, you have the choice of getting any of the 3. Now, it is currently not being recommended that you be boosted with Johnson & Johnson if you had a Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And so we're asking those individuals to choose another alternative, either a Pfizer or Moderna. We are currently out of stock with Johnson & Johnson, but we have Moderna and Pfizer enough for a long supply. So
good to hear, and thanks for breaking that down for you. Finally, testing the lines, the amount of testing needed. Would it be from your standpoint that don't get discouraged that testing, we want people to get tested and the lines are there, but how do you take that currently, given how many tests are needed and we can't meet that supply right now?
Sure. So as far as the PCR tests are concerned with the state program, we haven't seen a problem with access to supplies. In fact, after I get off the phone with you, I'm on my way to pick up a truckload of supplies. But we haven't seen an issue with that. The big issue we've seen is getting the home tests, which we just got a load of them in stock yesterday. And we were about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks without them. And so I think access to those has been limited, but we have those in stock now. But as far as having supplies for the PCR tests, we haven't had any, that hasn't really impacted us.
And is it still from your recommendation too, is when would you suggest people get tested, or should they stick to the guidelines of CDC?
Sure, I would stick to the guidelines of the CDC, which is if you were to be exposed by someone, it's usually 3 to 5 days after that you would want to get tested, because you have to give if you were exposed to someone who's positive and you became susceptible and are going to be positive, you want to wait a certain period of time so that your body builds up enough positiveness for the test to be to result in an accurate measurement. If you go right away, there's a chance that even if you're positive, that you'll get a negative result, which means that you continue to go in the community as if you were negative when you're really positive.
Thad, thank you so much for your time. And again, thank you to you and all your staff for what you're doing for the community and surrounding area. We certainly appreciate it. If people have questions about anything we talked about today in general, can people give you a call if they can get through?
We'd ask them to check the website first. We try to put as much information there as we can. But yes, you can always give us a call, and we still answer the phone. We just have trouble getting all the lines answered. So
I don't know how you're doing it, Thad, but thank you again for everything in your time. We appreciate it. Stay safe out there, and Happy New Year to you as well.
Happy New Year to you too. Thanks.
You bet. Thad, Fitchburg Family Pharmacy. So check the website out for more information and their available times for testing, boosters, shots, and so much more. We'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be blood next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Today I have the pleasure of sitting down with the Fitchburg Public Library, and today I have Lisa and Tegan. How are you two today?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. And thank you for joining me today on this lovely cold Friday.
Yeah.
And hopefully you're staying warm in the library today. And Lisa, let's start with you. You've got some building updates and some other kid programming coming up.
Yeah, I do. So brand new year. It's exciting. Later this month, we are going to be installing a new print management system here at the library. So before, it's just been you kind of print and you grab your prints, they immediately print out. So this new system, it's going to be a pay-as-you-go. So you won't have to worry about your documents being taken or lost or anything like that. So you go to our computer, log in, print and then you'll go over to the printer, and there's a little place where you'll scan your library card, and it'll bring up what you want printed. So you can even delete stuff off there. So it's going to be a lot more flexible, and it'll be a lot easier, I think, for people as we go.
Well, that sounds cool. That's awesome. Nice new technology, you know, using your library card to keep all your documents safe too. That's really nice.
Yeah, we're excited. We hope it'll be good.
Awesome. And is that, are you adding printers, or is that still just the same printers you have now?
So it's still the same 2 printers we have now, the big copy machines. But also, I forgot, with the system, there will be an option to print remotely. So there will be a new page on our website where you can basically upload a document to our printers. It'll hang out under your library card for like 24 hours. So you can come in and print it whenever. And you can print from like a laptop or something, which we haven't been able to do before.
Well, that's really neat. That's really cool. If you don't have access to a printer, you could do that. That's sophistication right there. That's some technology.
We're getting fancy this year. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's really awesome. And what do you have other building updates as well?
Yep, I do. Just really quickly. So we know Omicron's kind of virulent right now, unfortunately. So for the next 2 months, we're just having our meeting rooms closed down for a little bit. So unfortunately, we've had to kind of cancel that out for the next 2 months, but we're hoping to reopen them in the coming months. But for now, we're closed down on meeting.
Okay. Well, trying to stay safe and totally understand that, and keep everyone's health in your minds here at the in the city. So good. And what about some kid programming coming up?
Okay, so I have notes here because I'm not as good as this. So Tuesdays, we're still doing take home Tuesdays. So you can stop by and grab crafts. There's kind of sets for ages 2 to 5 and then 6 to 12 on Tuesdays. And then Fridays, we're also doing Friday Fun to Go. So same idea. They're kind of divided by like crafts for the littler kids and then kind of the middle grade kids. Mm-hmm. And then for teens this month, it's a little different. We are doing final survival kits. So on January 12th, you can come in and get a little survival kit for your finals for the teens. So
that's awesome.
Hopefully, get you through that last stretch there.
They come with tissue papers for the tears, just in case.
I don't know. I'd have to ask if they come prepared.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. That sounds good. And always love those take-home activity bags for the kids. I think that's a great idea to have. And are those really popular? Like, do those go out pretty frequently?
They do. Yeah, they are pretty popular. So they are available right as the library opens on that day. So Tuesdays 9:00, and then Fridays we open at 10. But we have been stepping up the number that we're making. So if you don't get in right away at 9:00, there is likely there'll still be some for you too.
Awesome. Well, that's good for someone like me that would show up late and be like, oh no, it's Tuesday, it's noon already, and hopefully there's still some there.
Yep.
Well, that's good. All right. Well, thank you, Lisa. Let's move on to Tegan with some adult programs and some update on the winter reading.
Yeah. So first, with the adult programs, following the closure of our meeting rooms, we are moving to all virtual for those. So we have our book clubs. We have our Wednesday morning book club, and that's on January 19th at 10 a.m. And this month they're reading The Little Paris Bookshop. And then we also, that same week on January 20th, we have our evening book club, and that's at 7 p.m. And that's Nothing to See Here is the book they're reading this month. And you can get access to the Zoom link by emailing us and getting in touch.
Gotcha.
And then we also have a fun take-home craft. It's beeswax wraps. Nice. So you'll get a nice little piece of fabric to go on some beeswax, and then you can either iron or bake it on there. And then they're reusable for sealing food or bowls or anything like that.
That sounds awesome. That's a cool craft to take home for the adults.
Yeah, something nice and reusable.
We're not left out. Yes.
Yes. And those will be available starting on January 26th at 6:30.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And then we have some winter reading program.
Yes, right? Winter reading. Yeah. So that's for all ages. So we have, for the children, we have the 3 different age groups. There's Read to Me, which is 0 to 6, and they'll need to read 10 books and do 6 activities. And the activities include things like play a board game or random act of kindness, art project, things like that. And then once they complete that program, they'll be entered in a chance for a drawing for a $25 Target gift card.
Nice.
So that's the Read to Me group. And then there's the Readers, which is really similar, except for they only do 6 books and then 6 activities. But then the prize is the same for that group as well. And then we have the teens, so ages 13 through 17, and they can read 4 books and then complete 4 activities. And their activities are a little bit different. Some of those are cook a meal. They also have random act of kindness, so things like that. And then their grand prize is a $25 gift card to Noble Night Games.
Nice.
Yeah.
I want that one.
Yes.
Same. I was like, can I be a teenager? That's
Right?
fine, right?
Yeah, I love. We're a big board game family here, so that would be awesome to get. That would be really cool.
Yeah. And then finally, there's the adults. Don't want to leave them out. And for the adults, they just need to read 6 books and track those. And once they read the 6 books, they can come and pick out a free book.
So hey, you get another book for reading 6 books. There you go. It's
yes.
Yeah, well, if you're reading that many books already, you're an avid reader. So another book's always good to the collection there. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yep, and that runs through the end of February, so February 28th. So
that was going to be my next question: is how long is that going till the end? Perfect.
Yeah,
that's
and
awesome.
you can track it all through Beanstack. So if you've done like summer reading before, recently we have that Beanstack app, and through the online platform, you can all track it through there.
Nice. And I like that app. We're in the same library system here in my town, and the app we have the same app. It works really well. I really do like that app to keep track of reading and everything for my kids through our programs here in my town. So that's pretty awesome. Well, thank you two for all the great information. Lots of good programs, and going virtual, everyone, for those programs. Make sure you pay attention to that. And and you'll let us know when we can open those back up in a few months. You said hopefully that stays only a few months. It doesn't keep extending.
Yes,
absolutely. Yeah.
So well, stay warm out there. It is cold. We're getting into that time of the winter where it's just cold and ready for summer. And all right. So well, you two have a good rest of the month, and we'll talk to you guys in February.
Sounds good.
Great.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
Como padre, todos los días son un desafío. Y hay que estar ahí presentes. No importa lo cansado que uno esté, hay que estar ahí presentes para ellos. Cuando los niños aprenden algo nuevo, es ese momento mágico y especial. Y creo que presenciar ese momento es mi favorito.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show today, I want to thank Thad Schumacher from Fitchburg Family Pharmacy coming in and giving us all that great information about vaccinations and more, and also testing. And also to Tegan and Lisa from the Fitchburg Public Library. Always great to have them and have a good conversation. And get on over to that library and check out all of the fabulous books and everything else they have there. That's going to do it for me. Stay connected with Fact TV, everyone. All those great places. Until tomorrow, till next week, have a great day.